We're going to take a look at the EOTech Model 516 Holographic Weapons Sight, also referred to as a Holographic Weapons System. This is mounted to my AR-15 carbine, 16-inch barrel. You can see that we are clear and safe. Everything is good to go there. Let me give you some specs on this. This has an aluminum housing over the glass, and we'll take a closer look at that in just a moment. This is your battery compartment. This cover is composite. This houses a pair of CR123 lithium batteries, and you can expect to get about 1,100 hours of service or utility out of those, and that is affected by the brightness settings that you use on that, and we'll take a look at that in just a moment. This is one of the shorter models of the EOTech, primarily because of the length of those batteries compared to AA's. It is 5 inches in length, 2.4 inches wide, 2.8 inches in height. Obviously, because of your housing and glass, it weighs 11.9 ounces. Those are your elevation and windage adjustment settings there, and those are set to 1/2 MOA, and that's tied to a 100-yard zero. On the left side of the unit, you have the on-off and brightness setting buttons. Push either one of these to get this thing going. Push both simultaneously to turn it off. There are 20 different brightness settings, and we're going to take a look at those in just a moment. This, by the way, is the screw for mounting this to your top Picatinny rail. No tools required to tighten this, and you're good to go. This type of sighting system should allow faster target acquisition. You are enabled to have both eyes open shooting, and this 1 MOA dot should provide some very good accuracy. The unit is fog-proof. The glass has an anti-glare coating. There is no light signature projected forward, so the target can't see the laser, it can't see the dot, and EOTech says there's absolutely no light signature projected anyway from this type of unit. That 1 MOA dot that's there in the middle, that's going to cover 1 inch at 100 yards, 2 inches at 200, and 3 at 300. I have the brightness up pretty high at this point. Let's double check that. Yeah, it's getting on up there. Now it's going to get a little fuzzy, or quite fuzzy, if you go all the way to the top. But as we go across this varying light here, you can see how the reticle is impacted by that light. Let's set it there for a second, and let's drop it down to the lowest brightness level. Here's a quick summary of my sight-in session. I did this at 50 yards. 50 yards should give me a pretty good zero at 200 yards, and that's going to be pretty much the most common distance I'm shooting with this rifle and with this setup. My first shot using factory settings, no changes made, was right here, about 5.5 inches low, and you can see I had very good windage. Moved up 10 clicks, came in here, moved up 7 clicks, and this is my group after moving up 7 clicks. By the way, I was using Georgia Arms 55 grain full metal jacket. Those are commercial reloads. So I'm in this zone, just making a couple of clicks, and that's it on my elevation. Moved off this target, set up some dots up here just to have something a little bit different. And by the way, these are just nail holes where this was set up in a tree. My next shot, which was shot number 7, was right here, way off for some reason. So I really hunkered down and said, look, we got to get this right. So my final shot with a very good sandbag rest was right here. My point of aim was here. So I am within 1/4 to 1/2 an inch at 50 yards and should be within 2 to 3 inches on a 200-yard zero. We're getting really close to sunset, so you don't need that really bright reticle. Let's try this. Ooh, something tells me somebody might have the camera mounted behind this EOTech and might want to try aiming this through the camera viewfinder. Surely not. Is that still too bright? Just a little bit. Well, actually, I might need that. One more notch. There we go. I have a loaded rifle. It is on safe. I can't do anything with steel at this distance. Let's go on a little bit more. So I've got some soft targets. Aiming through the camera viewfinder out of the back of the garage. Got your eyes and ears? Make sure I've got mine. That is just cool. Here we go. Get my ears in. All right, let's go for that first jug. Safety off. All right, that's the chair. Bang, got it. There's a paint can. That's going to be tough. Yep. Let me move over here if I run out of ammo. Water jug. I'm using full metal jacket. Pretty good splash there. And there. Oh, I like that. Let's brighten it up one more notch. There we go. Actually, I went down. Now we can see it. A few more jugs. I think we're on. These are about 50 to 60 yards. I'm going to do that last jug last. There's a paint can. You know what? Let's do it the right way. Alright, now let's go for the paint can. I think that's the only one out there that's remaining. I'd say that was a hit. Checking the landscape. Sweeping the range. Let's try that last one. If you want to stick around just another second. That was definitely a hit.